Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. Shall we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhollow today? Where I don't know what we're gonna really be talking about today. I'm a little bit tired today, but you know that's just life. Some days you're tired, some days you're awake. And honestly, probably because I've been sleeping a little bit too much later than I should have been. Anyone check out my Nintendo Direct today? It's got some pretty cool stuff. Like, I haven't really been super keeping up with Nintendo Directs or like Nintendo news anymore. I saw there was but I did watch it like on double speed, like 3 hours after it came out. But whatever. Hello there, everyone. Right now in Fawnhollow, 6:56 p.m. on Wednesday, June 21st, 2023. It's pretty cool from what I saw. Like, I saw there was a Princess Peach game coming out, which looks like a theatre, that sort of thing. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool, you know. The last Princess Peach game was Super Princess Peach, which I thought was kind of interesting. I never actually owned it, but I played one of my friends. She had it, and did I sell things? I must have sold things in the deposit box. She had it, and I played it on her DS for a while. And I must have played quite a lot of it, I think. Or almost beat it or something, like a day or two or something, just by playing it most of the day. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. And this one, it looks like it's meant to be some sort of like theatre production or something, which, you know, very sort of Paper Mario Thousand Year Door-esque, which is always good fun. Probably. Or probably not. I don't really know. It's like a spin-off, you know. It's weird because Mario franchise in general, you know, the core Mario squad, you know, you got Mario, obviously, who titular character in like almost every single Mario game, and you got Luigi, who's got his own like mini spin-off, you know, he's got Luigi's Mansion, and that's like it. There was like the year of Luigi, like, I don't remember when the year of Luigi was. It was a while back or whatever, where there was like the Mario and Luigi game was like Luigi based, wasn't it? It was like it took place in his dream or something, and then wasn't there like Super Mario Bros. L, which was just like a Luigi version or something, and I don't really remember off the top of my head, but it's something like that. There was a year of Luigi. Anyway, Luigi's got his own spin-off game, Wario. He's got like well, we're going like pretty far back, but he's got like Wario Land. Is that what it's called? And WarioWare mini games. It's weird that Luigi only has one spin-off game, or a spin-off franchise, I should say, for Mario series, but Wario's got two. To be fair, but one of the Wario ones is like super old. Wario Land is like, that was like Game Boy era, and they've never remade it since, I don't think. Wasn't that also Wario's Woods as well, which was like a puzzle game or something? Anyway, the main one is definitely WarioWare, because that's the only one which has any semblance of a lasting power. In fact, that Wario actually has like a rest of a squad or something in that franchise is weird. Not weird, but cool. You know, well, where's Luigi's squad at? Who knows? And then Princess Peach, you know, despite being, you know, a staple character in the Mario series since, you know, the first Mario game, she basically never had really much of a way of a spin-off franchise of her own. I mean, she had, of course, Super Princess Peach, but that was just like one game. We also have nothing to give to Cap'n. Not Cap'n, sorry, Tortimer. Which is, you know, it's wild the fact that she's been around for so long, but they never actually decided to give her like her own proper franchise or anything. You know, they just have like interesting decisions like that, Nintendo sometimes. So you would have thought it'd be like, oh, you know, you got all these different like titular characters. Mario, you always have to do like the safe, you know, he's a very sort of generic character, but you always have to do a rather safe thing with him. But you know, sorry, I was probably quite loud. I was just adjusting wires. But when you got the other characters, it'd be like, oh, you want to try a franchise, a dip into a different sort of like genre, etc., etc. Well, why don't you just use one of the other characters? Where, you know, it's like Luigi's Mansion. You're like, oh, you want to make it like kind of scary, you know, for a Nintendo game, mind you, like a pseudo horror. And I wouldn't really call it much of a horror, but it's, you know, a Nintendo horror, shall we say? And it's like, you know, got a completely different gameplay style. Wow, you know, that's pretty interesting. What if you want like a load of quick, fast mini games or something with like 5 seconds or less to, you know, achieve a certain goal? Well, you know, let's choose Wario and just give him a franchise. It's crazy that they haven't done anything with Peach, to be honest. So it's cool she's getting her own thing, but I don't know. The big question I have, I suppose, is how different it's going to be, particularly, I think, from the actual main series. It's not just going to be like a pseudo platformer, is it? You know, no. I feel like it's the time to do something interesting. You know, why not have like a management sort of game for Princess Peach? You know, she's the princess of a mushroom kingdom. You know, why not like run those daily affairs through like management simulator or something like that? I don't know. Can you imagine like Mushroom Tycoon, like Roller Coaster Tycoon or something like that? That'd be cool. And then you got like Yoshi, you know, he's got like his Yoshi story. He's kind of like a plurality, but also a singular at the same time. But he's got like a Yoshi's Island, Yoshi story, Yoshi's Woolly World. You know, I guess he's got his niche of, again, platformers, but now they're quite sort of like low stress, comfy platformers, I suppose, rather than like technical. Well, I don't say skill based necessarily, but you know, Yoshi's platformers definitely have a different feel from Mario ones. And then there's Waluigi, who's gotten literally like nothing, to be perfectly honest. Which is, I mean, I don't think he's particularly even that popular, to be honest. But he sort of just got meme potential in the West, which is why he's sort of like pseudo popular, isn't he? Princess Daisy doesn't have anything. Bowser has, well, he's got Bowser's Fury, but that's more of a Mario game, isn't it? Does Bowser even have like a? Is there no Bowser game? I don't know. You know, I feel like Nintendo. You've been missing out on these spin-off franchises, to be perfectly honest. When you have a whole cast of characters who are so recognisable, I suppose, shouldn't spin-offs be like the first thing which come to mind? Being like, oh, you know, how else do we capitalise on these characters even more? I'm trying to think, you know, Mickey Mouse Gang, also a very, very notable, popular group of famous characters. I don't really know what I was going about. Mickey Mouse, basically the titular role and everything. What do the others have? I don't know if Donald Duck has, of course, DuckTales, kind of. I don't think he's the star of DuckTales. He's just kind of like in it, isn't he? It's like Huey, Dewey, and Louie, right? But Donald Duck's also got like his comic series, you know, which is like super popular in one of the Scandinavian countries. I don't remember which one, or maybe all of them. My heart is telling me Norway, but I don't know if that's actually true or not. One of the Scandinavian countries very much likes Donald Duck. What's Minnie Mouse got? She's got, I don't know, she's got Minnie Mouse's Clubhouse, which is basically like Mickey Mouse's Clubhouse or whatever, but with Minnie Mouse, isn't it? Which, I guess, is fine. It's just like, I don't know, maybe you do something more interesting. I mean, maybe she's got her own stuff, I don't really know. What does Daisy Duck have? Daisy's got like nothing, from what I recall. I just feel like, you know, this is coming from me, you know, I love my ensemble casts when it comes to anything. So, you know, if I was me, you know, I made my own ensemble cast of characters. If they got as popular as like with Mario and Co. or Mickey Mouse and Company, I'd be like, well, you know, time to give all of them like their own offshoot games or like franchise or media properties or whatever to explore a different thing, you know? Like, of course, the main character, like the Mickey Mouse of a group, can be very sanitized, can be very family friendly, like worldwide appeal, because, you know, he's meant to be iconic to everyone. It's sort of like pointless if you make him incredibly niche. The entirety of a point, I suppose, is why they became so popular in the first place, is their worldwide, all ages, you know, all demographics appeal. But then it's like, you can start getting some interesting things, you know, like, why not, oh, you know, why don't you give like your spin-off characters more niche, like appealing to different niche demographics? You know, you got the whole epic Mickey franchise. Why not have it have been like, you know, go further with that sort of thing, you know? Make a series of video games like Epic Goofy or whatever. Or I don't know, Goofy's perhaps a bit too light-hearted. Maybe like Epic Donald or Epic Daisy or something like that, where it's just like, oh, you know, it's all dark and edgy. It's like a Dark Souls, but Disney version. People would eat that up, I think. Or maybe they wouldn't. I mean, it's just sort of like the power of having such an overwhelming, like, brand recognizability. Brand recognition, that's a noun. I was like, how do I say this word as a noun? I feel like it's sort of like your obligation as an artist to take risks in that sense. And I don't know if that's like, I don't really like the phrasing of that, because I don't think like it's really an obligation to do anything, I suppose, necessarily. But you would have thought, you know, artistry is, or like people who create things, they generally want to like create. Not many people who create things are sort of just like, hey, you know what I want to do? I want to create the same thing over and over and over again, right? Surely there must be some sort of like not insatiable, but some very satiable, I suppose, desire of curiosity of like the new, the different, etc., etc. Right? And then it's just like, an ensemble cast is perfect for it, because it's like you don't have to do anything which will like hinge on the appeal, the image, I suppose, that the main game, I keep saying game, but like main media property is represented by the main character. But your spin-off characters, you know, you can feel free to experiment with much more different things, because they're sort of like offshoots of the main thing, right? It's like you get the plus side of a brand recognition everyone knowing it. You get a plus side of people being like, ooh, that's pretty different from XYZ company. Normally they only do ABC, but you get the sort of division from the main branch. I suppose it's sort of like, to like a Git repository. You're creating your own branch of the entire thing, and then if it's actually good, you can merge it back into the main branch. Or if it sucks, then you can just let it wither. Let it be a dead end. Yeah, again, of course, I it's more about style than does about function. Okay, so it says either Vivian's or Amelia's. I'm going to give it to Amelia because she is the closest one. And if it's not, then it's Vivian's. But obviously, I'm not like a CEO. I'm not like the chief director of like creative or like ideas or like I don't even know. Oh, I thought you spawned at 8, Celeste, but apparently you spawned at 7. We've done a fantastic job at like finding Celeste recently, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, like obviously I'm not like the chief director of any sort of thing, any of like company or anything like that. So it's perhaps a little bit short-sighted, I suppose, for me to commentate on this in the first place, because I don't really know, who knows how the thing may be, who knows how it may go, there's a whole wealth of depth when it comes to managing these sort of things, which I'm not privy to. As much as I like to talk about people on the internet just being like I talk about this not a lot, but I think it sometimes when I'm just like, let's take League of Legends as an example, where people just be like, it's so easy just to do XYZ. I don't know why they don't just fix this bug, or I don't know why they don't just release this skin. It's just like changing like one line of code, or just doing XYZ. And while to a certain degree, I like to agree with you and be like, hey, yeah, these small changes, of course they seem simple, but the thing is that the process isn't as simple as, hey, one person gets to decide. One person's like, oh, there's a bug, let me just fix it and like push the code to production. There we go, bug fixed. There's a reason we have like these steps set out through like iterative processes, like peer reviews, etc. You had to pass screening through a lot of different things, because there's a lot of things which people don't necessarily think of, because you only kind of think of the scope of what you're familiar with, right? You might be like, oh, why didn't they, League of Legends again, why didn't they name the skin something like this or something? It's an awesome pun in English. And then it's like an awesome pun. And then it's just like, whoa, okay, it only works in English. Like all the people who are like localizers, who work on localizations and the translations of the game is like, whoa, you're making like a lot of extra work with this. Like, you sure this is okay? Or it's like, oh, whoa, I don't know, you should say that because like it translates really poorly to like to a different language or something. I don't know. Or it's like, oh, well, why don't they make a skin? And it's like, oh, okay, I don't know if you should do that because of XYZ. Who knows? Maybe the technical limitations of it. Maybe it's because it's not actually what people want, because, you're just one person, The wisdom of the crowds, as they say. Not to say that one person can't have wisdom, but I don't think one person can represent a crowd, nor does a crowd really represent one person either. They are disparate things, separate entities, and should be treated as such. But not to say that sample sizing, of course, isn't a thing where you can do as well. It's not like you can ask an entire population about XYZ or something, right? Anyway, getting kind of like off track, I suppose. But what's this notification? It's that notification. I'll do all that after dinner. I'm gonna go eat some dinner after this. No, I did not mean to pick it up. We also haven't seen Amelia, so she must be out and about, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. Things are just more involved than I might seem. Are they necessarily harder or easier? Who knows? But just things have to go through an iterative process, and oftentimes there's a reason that they're in place, because it's a sort of thing where it's like, for 90% of the time, like, maybe you'll be fine. But then at 10% of the time, when like it actually matters, it's like, okay, well, this is why we've now implemented systems to make sure that those 10% of times don't happen in the first place. What I'm just trying to say is life is complicated, and systems in general are quite complicated, full of interlocking, intertwining parts. So reducing them down to a viewpoint which is narrowed only by your own scope is reductive, needlessly so, and loses sight of the entire problem, I think, in essence of which it becomes not valuable. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like valuable or like not pointless. Like what? I'm not sure. Worthless. Worthless seems a bit strong, but there's no value, I suppose, about talking through that lens anymore. If you get what I mean. I don't know where I was going. Anyway, spin-off series. What's the most popular spin-off series? I don't really know. I don't know why immediately the first thing that came to mind was like, well, the Loud House had a spin-off series, right, which was kind of popular. I guess it's kind of popular by the nature of the fact that I even know of it in the first place. Well, I don't know its name, but I don't even think Loud House is that popular. So does that really count? Who knows? Have I talked about spin-off series before? I feel like I must have. Also, where are you, Amelia? You're not even an option for us to give stuff to you. She might be like in a museum or something. She might be completely elsewhere. So in which case, I hope, Vivian, this is yours. And if not, then sorry, Amelia, you've just lost this bag forever. Not true. You've just lost it for today. Yeah, what was I gonna say? I don't know. Have I talked about spin-off franchise? I don't know. But this is where I go to my YouTube studio and we see exactly if I've spoken about spin-offs or not. You're still cooking, eh? That's gonna be me soon. Spin off. Oh, og? Spin-off. Okay, no, I haven't talked about spin-off. I don't know what this popular spin-off series is. Of like anything. Also, do I have like the video uploaded for tomorrow? No! That's a new series. I haven't finished the Fawnhallow of this. It was Raymond. Oh, I see. I guess Raymond's also quite a sort of form over function sort of guy, isn't he? Okay, so I need to, after I eat dinner, and I guess I'll need to finish off something like that. I think the only thing I have left to do is finishing off a background and shading, what might I call. So I'm not that far off of it. Not that far finished. Anyway, let's see. Most popular spin-off. Law and Order is a spin-off. Doctor Who? What? Doctor Who's a spin-off? I thought Torchwood is a spin-off, but maybe it's not. Jag, don't know what that is. Star Trek. I feel like saying Star Trek Next Generation. Well, actually, to be fair, I don't know how different the Next Generation and all the other ones are compared to the original Star Trek. All in Family, Happy Days. I don't know what these are. CSI. Yeah, true. Vampire Diaries. What? These just seem like other things in the same franchise. These don't seem like spin-offs. Doctor Who spin-off series, Torchwood, Sarah Jane Adventures, Canine Class, don't know what that is, Cheers, Law and Order, like, I don't know, this is not a good list. Most popular spin-off franchise, Franchi, as I spelt it. Most successful spin-off franchises, alright, let's see. Hobbs and Shaw, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, Rogue One, Minions. Minions. That's quite a funny one. Scorpion King? Really? Wasn't that like a university everyone hated that movie? Well, Puss in Boots. Okay. I mean, it's hard to live up to Shrek's legacy with early Shrek, but it's more like early Shrek and then late Puss in Boots is where it's at. I don't even know what most of these are. That's Paul Radcliffe right there. Annabelle. Oh yeah, Annabelle is like in a series of the Conjuring franchise, right? Penguins of Madagascar, fair enough. I don't know. Most popular spin-off video game. Let's see. I haven't played many like spin-offs. Candace of Hyrule, so that's the Crypt of a Necrodancer combination. Persona 5. Paper Mario. Yeah, I don't. Does Paper Mario count as a franchise spin-off? I guess so, because I guess the main franchise is with Super Mario Bros. Like those series of platformers, and Paper Mario I guess kind of is a spin-off. Yeah, okay, I played that one. It's really good. Paper Mario 1000 Year Door is one of my favourite games of all time. Interesting. I'm just sort of like looking at all of these. I've not played a lot of these. Mega Man X, is that not just one of the Mega Man games? Pokemon Go, I guess. I mean, yeah, Pokemon Go is pretty popular. Counter-Strike, what? Oh, because I guess it's Half-Life Counter-Strike. Fair enough. World of Warcraft? Oh, yeah, because of Warcraft. Okay. That's fair. Portal's a spin-off? What's the spin-off of? Super Mario's a spin-off of what? I know, it's just saying it's got a load of spin-off games. I don't know. Portal 3 when? Category, video games spin-offs, okay. Mario spin-off games. Okay, let's look at them. Donkey Kong, Mario Educational, Luigi video games. Mario and Luigi, and then but it's just all Luigi's Mansions. Ah, New Super Luigi U, that's it. I don't know Dr. Luigi was the thing. This must be like NES era or something. No, it's all 3DS or something. I was also thought of a year of Luigi. Fair enough. Mario spin-off games. Okay. Wario video games. What's he got? Bomberman? He was in Bomberman? Wario World, yeah. Master. I forgot about Master of Disguise. That's ages ago, isn't it? Wario Land and WarioWare. Yes. Peach doesn't even have her own section. Under Peach is Mario Party and Mario Puzzle minigames. That's so tragic. Mario role-playing games. Mario Cement Factory. What? That sounds like a parody game. Mario Rabbids, I forgot about that. Puzzle and Dragons? Had a Super Mario crossover? Apparently it did. Wow. Anyway, there you go. Oh, okay. Wait, Peach does have one. She's in Super Princess Peach. She doesn't have her own subcategory. I see. Which I'm going to say missed potential, but perhaps this will be rectified, I suppose, with this new Peach game coming out. But anyway, I'm going to round this episode up here. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, fairly greatly appreciated. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Follow my Twitter and Discord down below. Hope to see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now. I've got that so rotely memorized. If I even get it slightly wrong, I'm just like, what happened? I said it wrong. I can't remember anything now. Anyway, sorry. Bye-bye for now.